Good evening. My name is Shannon O'Brien, and I run a for-profit consultancy called WholeU, Professional Advising for Proactive Citizens, found at wholeuboston.com. According to Future Boston Alliance, about 50% of Boston area graduates leave after getting their degrees. WholeU's mission is to advise people in and around Boston so that they can live fulfilling and purposeful lives, and so that they'll have many reasons to want to stay in Boston. I serve as an image consultant, a career coach, and a life strategist, basically, and I advise on these topics. On skills, I help people develop skills in image and confidence, career strategy, networking, proactive citizenship, and cultural advising. So I've been doing this work for a number of years, and I decided to make it more of a legitimate business in August when I was accepted into the Future Boston Alliance Accelerator. I have worked with about 10 people, men and women, since August, 3 of whom were paying clients, and I'd like to share the success stories that I've achieved for them. The first is a Chinese student who attends Boston University, and she wanted to gain some fellowship funding for her time here. But English is not her first language, so she couldn't convey her mission, which was to bring educational technology to rural areas. So I worked with her to try to adapt and understand her mission, but also communicate it and write it in an essay and edit it. As a result, she got $17,000 scholarship. The next example is a PhD who returned from 10 years in England and got her PhD in English literature, and she was looking for a job. And so we all know how hard it is to get a job, so I was like, well, what kind of jobs exist in English literature, helping to inspire young children through books and literature? I happened to have met the founder of the Harry Potter Alliance at a conference at Harvard a couple of weeks previously, so I said, let me reach out and see if he's hiring. So I said, Andrew, are you hiring? And he said, you know what, I'm posting 2 jobs next week. And I said, awesome. And one actually was a dream job for my client. And so I worked with her on her website, on her cover letter, on her resume, on her personal branding. We got her an interview, and she ended up getting a job, and she started this month, and is totally psyched. Oh, just the third client example is one of my favorites. This is a MIT graduate. She graduated about a year ago and was looking for a job at a design firm specifically. And I helped her again with her cover letter, her resume, her interviewing skills, her networking skills, her poise, her confidence, and she ended up getting a job at The Mean, which is a design firm in Cambridge. So why am I qualified to do this, and why am I even interested? Well, growing up, I never excelled in anything. I wasn't good at math and science, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And it wasn't until senior year in high school in 1997 that I took a job in entrepreneurship, and I got lit up. I was really excited about the content, and I finally gained confidence. In the middle here, this is Jennifer Cashel. She was my teacher. She was 23 at the time, and she ran a company called the Young Entrepreneurs Network, which was located on Boylston Street, coincidentally a couple of doors down from where Carmel is today. This picture was taken about 10 years later at Harvard. That's me on the left, and the founder of Subway on the right. But really, Jennifer was my first mentor. She helped me write my first cover letter and resume. She helped me learn the importance of networking, and I've been passing on those skills since, which has been about 16 years, but again, pro bono. So the financials, again, I said I didn't excel in math, so this is pretty basic, as you can see. Since August, I've worked with 3 paying clients, as I said, and I've had a revenue of about $1,000, which I've also spent in startup costs. So at this point, basically breaking even. However, the good part about being a knowledge-based service company is that I have close to zero overhead, other than the phone, internet, and so forth. So at this rate, I can probably get about $1,000 per quarter in 2013. However, if I were to get funding in a physical space, I could expand in 3 areas. So servicing other demographics, like retirees who are looking for service projects, expanding to new markets, new cities, new countries, and opening a physical wellness center. There's a place right across from the Ritz on Avery Street that I would really love to expand to, and have it be a one-stop shop where Reiki practitioners and healers and Life Alive in Cambridge, all that healthy food, bringing it there. We just imagine this great space that we could all get together and be healthy. That's it.
Question.
So what's your plan on going after your clients? So who's your target? Who are you targeting?
My target is Generation X and Y. It can actually be really broad, but that's what I feel like I'm attracting at the moment. I don't specifically reach out to females. I think it's applicable to men and women, but women have been gravitating to me just because I'm starting with word of mouth. But I think my first target is students. Obviously, Boston is a big city for colleges. I graduated from BC undergrad. I graduated from Harvard Graduate School. I work at MIT now, so I think that there's a lot of students I could reach out to in those markets to begin with. So.
And how are you going to advertise?
Advertising through my website, through networking events that I go to, through what are they called, like auctions and events. I have 2 women's events coming up that I'm auctioning items and free sessions to give a trial. I also write a series of articles for Boston.com, so getting the word out that way.
I know a couple of guys that are very active with a lot of foreign students, especially Far Easterns and Arab countries, and they're making a lot of money providing advice and counseling. And it seems to me that one of your focuses you might want to give serious consideration to is the foreign students.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard that before, and I grew up in Europe for 10 years. I've traveled to 35 countries. I worked with the Harvard Foundation for Intercultural and Race Relations for 2.5 years. I feel like I know, and I worked at a cross-cultural consulting firm, so I feel like I know a lot of different cultures, and I know that Boston is a very diverse place, so that would probably be the second place that I would reach out to in terms of demographics and clients.
So my question is, so it sounds like you do a lot of career advice, right? So talk about how you're approaching another holistic piece of what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, if I could just go back to that.
Yeah, maybe just talk a little bit more about what this means.
Right, so I think that we all, if you're all like me, you question your purpose in life, why you're here, and how you can make a difference. But I don't think we can really affect change on a global level unless we start with, the beginning step, which is ourself, our confidence, our self-love, the way we present ourselves. So I feel like this is a trajectory, starting with yourself, but then developing your own career and how you show up in the world, and then networking and how you leverage your relationships and how you interact with other people, and then how you behave on a local level and get involved with your community, and then project it to a global level. So I feel like it's a balanced, like a holistic person. That's why I call it WholeU, because I think all of these elements are important in the larger picture. It's not just getting a job, because as we know, it's hard to get an interview. Then once you interview and get the job, it's hard to maintain the job if you don't feel good about yourself and how you're behaving and how you're interacting with your boss and your colleagues. So I think it's larger than just getting people a job, even though that's kind of the entry point at this point that I found in testing, that people are like, I just want a job. But some people are really stressed out. We'll talk about that. Some people that I work with are in their job for 6 years and they're just stuck, and they want to, develop their talent and their hobby in writing, so I can connect them with